What's good, y'all? I'm back on Logix Lens. I know it has been an extremely long time since I made a video like this, but we got to get back into the groove of things at some point. If you've been watching me here, I have a bigger channel called Logix. If you do not know it, the reason I haven't uploaded on this channel in a while is because that channel took off so much. And I do a lot of commentary, science debunking, red pill critique, debate. So if you're interested in that type of content, make sure you go over and subscribe to my bigger channel Logix Lens, but I will get back in the groove of making these videos. But today we are going to talk about this new PlayStation 5 price hike. You know, on this channel, I like to always try to put the consumer first. That's always what's at the forefront of my mind. I'm a capitalist. I understand that money needs to be made, but just because things are fucked, it does not mean you fuck over your base. So today we get an announcement from Sony that the PlayStation Portal console price will increase. So rumors started circulating that a significant price increase was coming to the PS5, PS5 Pro, and the Portal consoles, and the price increase has now been made official. On April 2nd, meaning like next week, not even a full week, a few days from now, it's about to become a lot more expensive to buy either of Sony's mainline PS5 consoles, the base version and the Pro model, and the successful PlayStation Portal. On March 27th, the official PlayStation blog announced that due to continued pressures into the global economic landscape, we made the decision to increase the prices of PS5, PS5 Pro, and PlayStation Portal remote player globally. The changes come into effect from April 2nd, and there are significant price increases across the board from region to region on all PS5 and PlayStation Portal hardware. So if we're just gonna go over the US, you know, they got UK and Europe, Japan, everywhere. So the PlayStation 5 is now going, I believe it's $500 to $650. What's the original price of the PlayStation 5? I believe it's $550. No, it might be $550. And now it's going to $650. The PlayStation Digital Edition is probably, I think, are going from $500 to $600. The PlayStation 5 Pro is going to be $900. Do you guys realize that once you're done paying taxes and shit and whatever accessories or games you're spending over $1,000 on a console? This is unprecedented. And then we got the PlayStation Portal, which is now going to be $250. I think that was like $200 if I'm not mistaken, and now it's $250. Here we go. This is what I was trying to see. I was trying to find the increase of the prices. Yes, I was right. It was from $550 to $650, and then you got $500 to $600, and the Pro $750 to $900. That's a $150 increase. I believe the other two was just $100. Yeah, and then that did a $150 increase on the most expensive one. And the Portal is what has went from just $50 increase, so it went from $200 to $250. Like, this is insane, guys. It says the original PS5 with the disc drive has generally suffered the second worst when it comes to the global increase. PlayStation has offered the new increased prices for 4 different currencies, though other currencies will still suffer the same fate. However, with these 4 in mind, it's possible to calculate the general price increase in their eye-wateringly bad. Just so we're clear, guys, I understand that times is hard for everybody out here. But Sony has to understand if they're hurting, the average person is hurting a lot more, because nobody is worried about Sony collapsing tomorrow or even next year. But the thing about this at this point is Sony has just for years on end constantly been going up in prices, changing pricing models of their consoles now, their subscription services gone up, all this bullshit. Meanwhile, they're taking things away from us left and right. They don't have as an expansive of a library as Xbox Game Pass, which is the one thing that Xbox was relying on to save them, which is going down the shitter now. They've gotten rid of the PlayStation Rewards, which I actually was using and took advantage of and liked, to where if you buy, you know, things out of their digital store, buy games, DLC, it all went to points that you could redeem for like PlayStation credit, and you could get like a $10 or a $5 PlayStation gift card, which I actually enjoyed, and they got rid of that. They stopped making the Last of Us multiplayer game that people were actually looking for because the first one was good, so we were looking for maybe a better version of that. They stopped doing that. You got old IPs sitting around like Jak and Daxter. You got stuff like BioShock they could get into, Killzone. What happened to all Sly Cooper? All these IPs that you guys have, and you're just letting collect dust. Meanwhile, you're making shit like Concord. Nobody wants all this live service bullshit. Yes, The Last of Us probably would have been a live service, but at least it had a track record that people actually was following and was looking forward to and was attached to an IP that we all know and love. But doing shit like Concord and Marathon, and now you've gotten rid of all your other future live service projects, now you're sitting here looking dumb with your finger in your butt trying to figure out how to make some more money, and now it's just fuck us. And let's not forget, this is on the heels of us finding out that Sony is practicing doing dynamic pricing. So for those that don't know, dynamic pricing is pretty much where, depending on who you are and your relationship with PlayStation Store, you can get different pricing from people that behave differently with their PlayStation experience, I guess. PlayStation's dynamic pricing appears to offer a huge gap in what you pay for PS5 games. It appears Sony's dynamic pricing system is real, and the results are confounding as new reports suggest that some PlayStation 5 games could get wildly different prices on the PSN store depending on several factors. According to a March 25th Insider Gaming report, Sony's new dynamic pricing model is out in the wild. The site shared 2 sites of Stellar Blade, which is normally $69.99, being sold for $39.89 and $20.99 in Brazil. The reason is nebulous for now. Both Eurogamer and Insider Gaming suspect the pricing differences could be based on your gaming habits, like when you last logged in, location, and PSN details like how old it is, and more. Deal hunters enter cheap-ass gamers spotted dynamic pricing in North America too when sharing an Astrobot discount on X on March 25th. The social media account noted that some saw the game for $39.59 while they got a better pricing at $26.99. The game normally retails for $59.99. And this isn't the only person I saw say this about Astrobot. I know I watched Game Cross, and he also said that he saw that Astrobot was getting different prices for 2 different people. So you got one account having it for $26.99 and another for $39.99. Meanwhile, they both showed that the offer ends on April 9th. So you can clearly see that this is probably the same time frame this was taken. And I know when I looked, I saw it for $40. And to my understanding, what the guest people have right now is that the more loyal you actually are to Sony, the higher the price you have. If you've been around longer, if you spend more, you'll get the higher price. Meanwhile, if you're not as loyal and aren't as committed to PlayStation, they'll try to get you in by giving them a lower price, which I think is just pure nonsense. So yeah, this is a tweet that person had. They posted it. For those asking how I got it cheaper, I rarely buy games from PSN because I collect video games. It's also weird because I have the platinum trophy for this game and own it on disc. So I think it's fair to say that, you know, of course this isn't 100% rolled out to everybody, so there could be discrepancies between people's playing habits and whatnot. But again, all this is some bullshit. Everybody should get the same pricing model. At worst, it could be the more loyal you are, then you get invited to some type of special membership from your loyalty, and maybe you get like a 5% discount or something. Not too egregious, but from $40 to $27, I think that's a pretty big fucking deal that I think anybody could be upset about. But at the end of the day, like I said before, Sony, we know y'all hurting, we're hurting too. But to think that anybody is about to go out and pay $600 to $900 for your console as it's 6 years old, I don't know what they're smoking, but please keep it away from me. Like, I know I'm nobody in this YouTube space, but this can't go unheard of, unspoken on. Everybody should voice their concerns about this the same way that Xbox tried to do it years ago, where they tried to increase the price of Game Pass and everybody got mad and they didn't do it no more. And then, even though, you know, a few years later they still ended up doing it, but it made more sense over time, you know, that they could do it. But when they tried to do it, it just didn't feel right. But regardless, this has to stop. Like, we know y'all hurting, but if y'all hurting, we're hurting too. Get fucking creative. Bring back old IPs. Actually make good games. You don't have to spend box office budgets to make good games that people appreciate. These AA titles that people love, you can make those and make money. It's just not all about live service and upping the price on us the moment shit gets hard. I just don't get how anybody can even accept this. If you know that you've not gotten a PlayStation in 6 years and now all of a sudden the price has gone up for, you want maybe the Pro, and you could have paid $750, which is a lot, to now $900. I don't even see that as being possible in 2026. But I don't know, man. I hope that enough noise can get made that something changes, and Sony needs to find the loyalty that they once had to their base, because that's what made them so successful. And losing sight of that is just gonna have them being in the same boat as Xbox sooner than we think. But at the end of the day, man, thanks for tuning in to Logix Lens, where the game is winning. I'm out.